welcome to Music Go Round, I guess. I was going to do this as prog review, but, you know... Anyway, what I'm talking about is Robbie Basho's Visions of the Country, his 10th studio album, originally released in 1978, but though in 2013 it was reissued on the Gnome Life Records imprint, and it was rejiggered by Joe Churchich, Carl Fosberg and John Dark, and it's been constantly reissued since then. This is one of the latest prints of it, which was out this year. Not this year, last year, 2020. Remember that year? Nobody wants to remember that one. But yeah, 2020 for me was the year I discovered Robbie Basho, and I always like to start a new year. That's dated the video. This year being 2021, with an album I really, really, really like. That's what I try and do to get me, into the new year. And yeah, it was. I've told this story before. If you're a familiar follower, but Robbie Basho came to me via a random YouTube suggestion. Blue Crystal Fire. That was the song that started it, and is on this record. Funnily enough, I'd already got into a guy called Glenn Jones, and Glenn Jones was a peer, a friend of Robbie Basho. So yeah, these things are kind of connected in a roundabout way, but I'm getting off of it. So anyway, I heard this song Blue Crystal Fire, and that was the catalyst to make me investigate this artiste. And funny enough, there was a documentary out about him which I bought and watched and was fascinated by, and I've already reviewed that, and I've reviewed some of the record store day releases that have come out, and this is where we're at. It's funny because I'm looking at the Wikipedia page and it has it down as progressive folk, so I might have been able to slip it on prog review as well. Maybe I will. God damn it, if they're calling it progressive folk, this isn't going to be a music this is going to be a prog review. I'll start again. Hello, and welcome to another thrilling episode of Prog Review. And today, Visions of the Country by Robbie Basho. I won't edit it. It'll make you all laugh because I don't. It just shows you what I'm doing or what I'm not doing. I don't know what I'm doing. Don't ask me. There is no plan. But yeah, it is a truly wonderful record. Is it his best? I think. I don't know. I haven't heard all of his stuff because some of it's very hard to get hold of these days. But of the 4 or 5 records I've got of his, this is one of my favourite, and I think really is a distillation of all he was doing. This is kind of the touchstone. This is the one you go to. I think this is a good starter album. Again, for those of you who aren't familiar with Robbie Basho, he began his career in the 60s, getting into the folk scene. Very interesting playing style, inspired by Indian raga music, but you've also got, like I say, American folk, American guitar. Was it American primitive guitar? There's mysticism in it. It covers, and then there's also the Native American experience running through the album. So yeah, I mean, it veers from instrumental pieces to songs. There's even a track, Orphan's Lament, where there's, I think, is it keyboard? There's piano on it, but we'll get to that because that's an interesting song in its own right. And so yeah, it's really, I think it's a really amazing record, and it speaks to me in a way that other music doesn't, and it's good. Again, I've said this before. Even though I'm getting old. Even I'm getting old, and I've been into music for a long time. you'll turn a corner and then there's something new that blindsides you, that sets you off again. You think, I've heard it, I've done it, and then something arrives. And Robbie Basho was that for me last year. Because again, you can't listen to everything. It's very hard. You can't be constantly seeking out new things. Like I said, I'm getting old. I can't be doing that all the time. So it's nice when something like this comes your way. It kind of falls into your lap almost accidentally. So yeah, this record, it veers from instrumental to songs, and Basho has an interesting singing style. Again, based in folk. Some draw comparisons with Tim Buckley, which I can hear, but he has this kind of tremulous falsetto going on, which is otherworldly, which has been adopted by other singers. Anthony and the Johnsons, I remember mentioning that before. So yeah, his style has kind of been usurped by others, or formed an inspiration to others. And this record, like I say, it traverses a number of styles of music, and you can hear the Indian raga, the mysticism, the Native American experience, the folk, and everything in between. And the end of this first side is Blue Crystal Fire, which I think, even though it's, again, for a Robbie Basho song, it's quite simple, but there is a soul to it that, it's just amazing. When you flip it over, Orphan's Lament opens the B-side. Now, Robbie Basho himself was an orphan, and he sings this song, and it sounds like it's from, I don't know, another time, another century, like it could be on an old radiogram. It really does sound like the past, like the Dust Bowl calling you, and the Great Depression and John Steinbeck and all that stuff. So it's, again, this is a very American album. And again, for somebody, I wouldn't say I'm the greatest fan of American music. I find this almost an authentic voice of Americana, in a way that other American music doesn't quite work. This is, like I say, it just gets to the heart of it all. And it's hard when you really like something, because I could just sit here and go on and wax lyrical about it, but there is just something about this, and I do insist that you do seek this one out. Don't listen to it on YouTube. I didn't. I listened to that one track by accident, Blue Crystal Fire. It came on my suggestions, and then after that I went, no, I'm not going to listen to it anymore. I'm going to buy the records, because I'm weird like that. And also, there's none of his stuff on streaming services. It's hard to find. And then I set out trying to find some of the represses of this. But this truly is a wonderful song. And he has there's violin on the third track, Rocky Mountain Raga, provided by Antoinette Marcos. So yeah, even though it's him, the majority of the time there is a guest performer. And yeah, I do think it's the peak of his work. I think it, like I say, it distills everything he was working towards into one record. The follow-up album, Art of the Acoustic Steel String Guitar 6 and 12, which is out 1979. Again, both of them were originally released on Windham Hill Records. That album is completely different, completely instrumental, and it's really for the guitar fan. Whereas this one, because you've got, again, Robbie Basho is a very interesting 12-string and 6-string guitarist. Can be very technical. He was also a very interesting singer, and this, like I said, this one brings all those elements together, and there's some great songs on here as well. So yeah, if you are a fan of the old vinyls, this is the latest repress of it. Again, some of it was going for silly money when I was originally started searching, and thankfully they must have known I was coming before they reissued this one. So yeah, I won't wax lyrical more about this, because you've already heard me go on about this guy, Truly remarkable. And again, his life cut short in the most unfair of circumstances, which makes his story even more interesting, because this is a guy that didn't have any recognition at the time. He didn't sell. I mean, you could draw comparisons with the Nick Drakes of this world if you want. You could call him the American Nick Drake if you wanted to be lazy, but it's just like I say, his voice is incredible, and again, some of it veers from naivety, because there's some very naive lyrics in it, but he pulls it off. It just works. And again, it's the chants that he does, the native Indian. Is it Navajo? It might be Navajo. Chants that he brings in. I've probably insulted a load of people out there, but that's not my intention. I'm just a stupid Brit who doesn't know what he's talking about. But yeah, it's a truly haunting and wonderful and exasperating and amazing and astounding musical experience. It's not for everyone, but it managed to win over an old cynic like me. So if you're interested in Robbie Basho, this is the one to check out. Do check this one out. Please do check it out. And it's marvellous in terms of rating. I'm going to give this, it's got to be 5 blue crystal fires out of 5. That's 5 blue crystal fires out of 5. It's truly a wonderful record, truly a wonderful artist, and I think more people need to hear Robbie Basho. That's why I'm going to keep going on about him over and over again until you take notice. Thank you for listening. There's only one more thing left to say. By now, we know what that is. And that is, I've got to remember, was it a music go round or was it a prog review? I remember it was a prog review, so prog on.